Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Life is tough. Period. If you've been living for any amount of time, you know it's not always smooth sailing. The truth is, most of the time, it's hard. There will be days when you want to quit, when you want to throw in the towel and just say, I can't do this anymore, but I'm here to tell you something and I need you to listen closely. You can do this. The fact that it's hard doesn't mean it's not worth it. In fact, the struggle is the process. It's how you get better. It's how you get stronger. I know there are moments when everything feels impossible. I've been there, and I know many of you have been there too. You look at your goals and they seem so far out of reach, it feels like they'll never come to fruition. You wonder if you're ever going to break through the barriers standing in your way. And let me tell you, you will. But you've got to stay in the fight. You've got to stay in the game, even when it seems like all hope is lost. So how do you stay motivated when everything feels impossible? First, let's address something you need to understand. Life is not fair. It's not supposed to be easy. The road to success isn't paved, it's rocky. You're going to get bumps and bruises along the way, but that's the process. And it's the process that makes you who you are. You need to accept that struggles are not the exception, they are the rule. And you don't have to like it, but you do need to accept it. The next thing you need to do is remember your why. If you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, it's going to be really hard to keep going when things get tough. Why are you here? Why do you want to succeed? What's the purpose driving you? Your why is the fuel that keeps you going when everything else around you feels like it's falling apart. If your why is big enough, if it's meaningful enough, then no matter how hard things get, it'll pull you through. When you've got that deep sense of purpose, everything else feels like just a part of the journey, not the end of it. But let's be honest, motivation is hard to find when you're facing obstacles. Motivation is like that friend who shows up on the best days, but when things get tough, they're nowhere to be found. Motivation comes and goes, it's a feeling, and like all feelings, it's fleeting. So, what do you do when it's gone? You keep showing up. Because that's what separates the winners from the dreamers. You don't wait for motivation. You don't wait for the right moment or the perfect time. You do it now, even when you don't feel like it. You get up, put in the work, and keep moving forward. Consistency is key. Let me say that again, consistency is key. No matter how small the steps are, as long as you keep moving forward, you're getting closer to where you want to be. It's not about having one great day, it's about showing up every single day. Success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. And you've got to be in it for the long haul. One step at a time, no matter how slow it seems, is still progress. Now, there's something else I need to share with you. The obstacles you face, they're not there to stop you. They're there to grow you. Your biggest challenges are your greatest opportunities for growth. But you've got to reframe the way you look at them. Instead of seeing them as roadblocks, see them as stepping stones. Each obstacle, each difficulty is giving you the strength, wisdom, and resilience you need to handle the next challenge that comes your way. It's all about mindset. When you're stuck in the middle of a storm, it's hard to see the sunshine, but the storm doesn't last forever. That's the beauty of life, things change. And if you can train your mind to stay positive, even when everything around you is telling you to quit, then you'll outlast the storm. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Don't let negativity take over. Don't let fear dictate your next move. You've got to control the narrative in your mind. Don't let the world tell you what you can't do. You tell yourself what you will do. Now, let's talk about something else, your circle. Who you surround yourself with matters. You've heard it before, and I'm going to say it again. If you're around people who aren't pushing you forward, they're holding you back. When everything feels impossible, you need people around you who are going to lift you up, encourage you, and believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself. You need people who are not afraid to tell you the truth. even when it hurts. Your circle should be full of individuals who push you to be the best version of yourself, not those who make excuses for you. And finally, visualize your success. See it in your mind. Feel it in your heart. If you can see the finish line, if you can picture what success looks like, then you'll have a reason to keep moving, even when the road gets tough. Success isn't just a destination, it's a feeling, it's a vision. You've got to visualize it, hold that vision tight, and let it pull you through the hardest days. I want you to remember this: when everything feels impossible, it's not over. It's just the beginning. Every setback, every obstacle, every challenge you face is just preparing you for something greater. You are stronger than you think. Your capacity for greatness is beyond what you can imagine. Don't let fear, doubt, or frustration stop you from reaching your full potential. Keep going. Keep grinding. Keep pushing. Because the impossible is only impossible if you let it be. And you were made for greatness. So go out there and claim it. Life is not always going to be easy, and if you haven't realized that by now, let me be the first to tell you it's going to get tough. The reality of struggles is that they are inevitable. They are part of the journey, not some unfortunate detour. Whether it's dealing with personal challenges, professional setbacks, or simply facing obstacles that feel too big to overcome, the truth is everyone experiences hardship. The path to success, happiness, or fulfillment is rarely straight. It's full of twists, turns, and sometimes complete roadblocks. Struggles aren't just something you go through and move past, they're essential to growth. You see, it's in those moments of adversity when you feel like you're drowning or you're up against the wall that you learn who you truly are. The struggle pushes you. It pushes you to dig deeper, to find strength you didn't even know you had. When life is easy, there's no pressure. But when you're in the thick of it, when everything is on the line, that's when your character is built. You see your true resilience. You learn how to adapt, to pivot, and to keep moving forward, despite the pain, doubt, and frustration. What many people fail to realize is that struggles are not meant to defeat you, they are there to refine you. They challenge you to rise above your limitations, to stretch beyond what you thought you were capable of. If you never faced difficulty, you wouldn't know what it feels like to push yourself to the limit. You wouldn't discover the untapped potential inside you that only emerges when things get hard. These struggles, these trials, they mold you into the person you're meant to become. They are the test, and how you respond to those challenges determines the course of your life. But let's be clear about something: struggles are not excuses. Life's challenges are real, and they can be overwhelming. But you can't allow them to stop you from moving forward. The world doesn't owe you an easy path. Life is not about waiting for the struggle to end. It's about finding the strength to keep going through it. It's about having the courage to push through when it feels like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes the struggle is long, and it feels relentless. You might ask yourself, why is this happening to me? But what you should be asking is, what am I supposed to learn from this? That shift in mindset is everything. Struggles also help you build empathy. They give you the wisdom to understand others who are going through their own battles. You learn that everyone has their own battles to fight, and sometimes those struggles are invisible to the outside world. The pain, the frustration, the fear, it's something everyone experiences in different forms. When you understand this, you start to view challenges through a different lens. You stop seeing them as obstacles that are out to get you and begin seeing them as opportunities for growth and connection. The reality of struggles is that they level the playing field. No one is immune to them, and everyone has to face them at some point in their lives. The key to overcoming struggles is perspective. Yes, they're difficult, yes, they're uncomfortable, but they are also temporary. They will pass. Nothing lasts forever. When you're in the midst of a struggle, it's easy to get consumed by it. But when you step back and look at the bigger picture, you realize that the struggle is just a small part of your journey. It's the part that teaches you the most, but it's just a chapter, not the whole book. And every struggle you face only prepares you for the next chapter, the next level. Without them, there would be no growth, no progress. What separates those who succeed from those who quit isn't the absence of struggle, but the ability to keep going despite it. It's not about having it all together. It's about finding a way forward, even when the odds are stacked against you. Every time you face a struggle and push through it, you get stronger, more resilient, more capable. And in the end, when you look back, you'll realize that those struggles, those hard times, were the very things that made you who you are today. So don't shy away from them. Don't run from the difficulty. Face it head on, learn from it, and keep moving forward. Finding your why is one of the most powerful and transformative things you can do in life. It's the driving force behind everything you do, the compass that guides your decisions, and the energy that keeps you moving forward when everything else around you seems to be falling apart. Without a clear why, you're like a ship without a rudder, lost and drifting. You might go through the motions, but you won't be truly living with purpose. Your why is not just a surface-level desire or a temporary goal. It's deeper than that. It's the reason behind why you get out of bed in the morning, the reason you push through the tough days, and the reason you refuse to quit when things get hard. It's rooted in your core values, your beliefs, and your understanding of your purpose in this world. When you find your why, you tap into a source of motivation that doesn't rely on external factors or fleeting emotions. It comes from within. And that's what makes it so powerful. It's your personal anchor, holding you steady through the storms and keeping you grounded when life tries to knock you off course. Finding your why requires deep reflection. It's not something you can rush or force. You have to look within yourself and ask some hard questions. What do you truly care about? What drives you? What do you want to contribute to the world? It's easy to get caught up in the noise of society, the expectations of others, the pressures of success, the constant need to prove yourself. But when you cut through all that, what do you find? What is the one thing that makes your heart beat faster and your soul come alive? That's your why. Your why will evolve over time, and that's okay. As you grow, your purpose may shift and change, and that's a natural part of life. But even as it evolves, it will always be your foundation. Your why is what gives you direction when you feel lost. It's what pulls you through the darkest times, because you know that no matter how difficult the journey gets, you have a reason for pushing forward. And the beautiful thing is that when you have a clear why, setbacks don't feel as debilitating. Failures aren't as crushing. Obstacles become challenges you can overcome, not walls that you can't see. But if you don't have a why, it's easy to get stuck. It's easy to give up when things get hard. Because without that deep, unwavering purpose, you start questioning everything. Why bother trying if there's no clear reason? Why keep fighting if you don't understand the bigger picture? That's why knowing your why is so crucial. It's the fuel that keeps you moving when you feel like your tank is empty. It's the source of your resilience, your tenacity, and your passion. Finding your why also helps you align your actions with your values. When you know why you're doing something, it becomes easier to stay true to yourself and your beliefs. You stop chasing after things that don't align with your purpose. You stop wasting time on things that aren't meaningful to you. Instead, you start making choices that are aligned with the person you want to become, with the legacy you want to leave. You begin to live intentionally with clarity and focus. And here's another truth: your why is often bigger than just you. It's connected to something greater, something beyond your own personal desires. It might involve serving others, leaving a positive impact on your community, or contributing to a cause that's important to you. When your why is rooted in something bigger than yourself, you tap into a deeper sense of fulfillment. You're no longer just chasing personal success, you're chasing something that has the power to change lives, to make a difference in the world. And when you know you're working towards something bigger than yourself, The sacrifices, the struggles, and the pain all feel worth it. The beauty of finding your why is that it becomes your source of motivation when motivation feels fleeting. When the excitement fades and the challenges arise, your why is the thing that pushes you forward. It's what makes you get back up after you've been knocked down. It's what makes you keep going when you don't think you can take another step. And when you finally reach your goals, when you stand at the top of the mountain you've been climbing, it won't just be about the achievement, it will be about the purpose that got you there, the reason you kept going, and the difference you made along the way. So take the time to dig deep. Ask yourself, what is my why? What gets me out of bed every day? What is the thing that makes me feel alive, that fills me with purpose? Because when you find it, you'll realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop you. Your why will be the fuel that powers you through every obstacle, every setback, and every challenge life throws at you. And with that kind of purpose driving you, the impossible becomes just another step toward your success. In life, we often hear about big, monumental victories, the kind that make headlines, the kind that everyone notices. We see the end results of people's success and imagine that one big leap, that one breakthrough, is all it takes to get there. But what many people don't realize is that these big victories are built on a foundation of small wins. It's those tiny, seemingly insignificant steps that lay the groundwork for the major accomplishments that follow. Small wins matter. They matter more than you think. Every single day, you have opportunities to make small decisions, take small actions, and achieve small victories that, over time, compound into something far greater than you could have imagined. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that unless you're achieving something monumental right away, it's not worth celebrating. But the truth is, it's those small wins that build momentum. They keep you moving forward when the journey feels long and difficult. Every time you succeed, no matter how small it seems, you're building confidence in yourself and your ability to keep pushing through. Take a look at any successful person, any entrepreneur, athlete, or artist. What you see is the result of years of small wins stacked one after the other. It's the consistency, the dedication to getting just a little bit better each day that leads to the big victory. The big wins don't happen overnight. They happen because someone kept showing up, kept putting in the effort, even when the results didn't seem immediate. It's those small, quiet victories that often go unnoticed by others, but mean everything to the person achieving them. Small wins are about the process, not just the result. They're about doing the work, making progress, and understanding that every step you take, no matter how small, is moving you closer to your goal. Success is not just a destination, it's the journey. It's the daily grind of showing up, doing what you can with what you have, and constantly improving. Small wins teach you the importance of consistency. They show you that success is not about waiting for some magical moment, but about creating that moment, one small victory at a time. What's even more powerful is that small wins build your resilience. Every time you overcome a challenge, no matter how small, you grow stronger. You prove to yourself that you can handle adversity, that you can keep going even when things get tough. And when you hit bigger obstacles down the road, those small wins have prepared you for what's to come. They've taught you how to persevere, how to bounce back, and how to trust the process. Small wins help you develop the mindset needed to face the bigger battles. When you focus on the small wins, you also build a habit of success. Success is not something that happens only in big moments, it's something you cultivate every day. You begin to develop the habits of successful people, showing up early, staying late, being disciplined, and pushing through when things get difficult. Small wins keep you engaged, keep you motivated, and keep you in the game. They serve as markers of progress, reminders that you're moving forward, and they help you maintain the momentum needed to keep chasing your goals. But here's the catch, it's easy to overlook those small wins. In a world that's obsessed with immediate results and instant gratification, we tend to dismiss the small things as not important enough to celebrate. We think that unless we achieve something big, it doesn't count. But that's exactly what keeps people from reaching their potential. They wait for that one big thing, and in the meantime, They miss the opportunities in front of them. They miss the power of those daily actions, those small choices that are actually leading them toward the victory they seek. So, it's time to change the way you think about success. Celebrate those small wins. Acknowledge them. Recognize the progress you're making, even when it feels like it's not enough. Because in reality, it's everything. Every small victory you achieve is one step closer to the bigger victory you're working toward. And if you keep stacking those small wins on top of each other, you'll wake up one day and realize that all those little victories have built something monumental. You've created a life full of accomplishments, growth, and success, one small win at a time. Small wins don't just help you achieve your goals, they help you build the character to sustain them. They show you that it's not about the big flashy moments. It's about doing what it takes every day to improve, to learn, and to grow. And when you get to the top, when you reach that big victory you've been working toward, you'll look back and see that the real victory wasn't just the result, it was everything that led you there. It was all those small wins, all those times you kept going when it felt impossible, that turned your dreams into reality. Consistency is the quiet force that drives success. It's the secret weapon that separates those who achieve greatness from those who fall short. In a world where instant gratification is the norm and the spotlight often shines brightest on overnight success stories, we often forget that real progress, real success, is built one small, consistent step at a time. Consistency is the power behind every major accomplishment, whether it's a career breakthrough, personal transformation, or mastering a skill. The truth is, consistency doesn't demand perfection, it demands persistence. It's not about being flawless every day or hitting it out of the park each time. It's about showing up, doing the work, and giving your best day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate, and even when you want to quit. It's that unwavering commitment to the process that leads to success. When you show up consistently, even when things aren't going your way, you're building something far more valuable than any one achievement. You're building resilience, discipline, and trust in yourself. The power of consistency lies in its ability to compound. It's not about making one big, bold move. It's about the everyday choices, the small actions that add up over time, until one day you look back and realize just how far you've come. Think about it like a savings account. If you deposit a little bit every day, those small amounts eventually grow into something substantial. But if you wait until you can make a large deposit, you'll miss out on the growth that happens when you stay consistent. This principle applies to every area of life. It's the daily habits, the small efforts that compound into success. Consistency also builds momentum. When you keep showing up, even when things feel hard or you don't see immediate results, you start to gain momentum. Momentum is like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small but gains power and speed as it moves forward. The longer you stay consistent, the easier it becomes to keep going. Those small efforts, when made consistently, create a rhythm, a flow that propels you toward your goals. It's no longer about forcing yourself to do the work, it becomes part of who you are. Consistency transforms action into habit, and habit into achievement. But let's be clear, consistency isn't always glamorous. It's not about the big moments or the applause from others. It's about the grind that happens behind the scenes. It's about the work no one sees, the dedication that doesn't come with instant recognition. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when the rewards aren't immediate. There will be days when you wonder if it's worth it, when you question whether your efforts are making a difference. But that's when consistency truly shows its value. When you push through those moments of doubt, you're building the strength and character that will sustain you in the long run. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that success is a straight line. They believe that once they've put in the effort, the results will come quickly. But in reality, progress is often messy. It's filled with setbacks, failures, and moments when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. But if you commit to the process and stay consistent, those setbacks become opportunities for growth. Each failure teaches you something valuable, and each time you get back up, you get stronger. Consistency isn't about avoiding failure. It's about showing up after failure, learning from it, and moving forward. When you embrace consistency, you stop focusing on the end result and start focusing on the work itself. Success is no longer about waiting for that one big breakthrough. It becomes about showing up every day, giving your best, and trusting that your efforts will pay off over time. You start to find satisfaction in the process, not just the outcome. And in that satisfaction, you'll find the motivation to keep going, even when the road gets tough. Consistency also creates a level of trust in yourself. When you prove to yourself that you can show up and do the work, even when it's hard, you build confidence in your ability to handle challenges. You begin to believe in your capacity to succeed, not because the path is easy, but because you know you have the discipline and determination to see it through. That self-belief becomes the foundation for everything you do. You start to approach obstacles with the mindset that you can overcome them, not because you're lucky, but because you've built the habit of showing up day after day, no matter what. It's easy to get distracted by the flashy achievements of others, or to think that you need a big break to make it. But the reality is that most successful people didn't get there by waiting for luck or a stroke of genius. They got there by showing up consistently, doing the work, and pushing through the tough times when others might have quit. They understood that consistency is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the steady, unglamorous work that gets you to the top. If you want to succeed, if you want to achieve your dreams, then embrace the power of consistency. Understand that it's the small, consistent actions that lead to the big results. Trust the process, stay committed, and keep showing up even when it's hard, even when it feels like you're not making progress. Because in the end, consistency is what will take you from where you are today to where you want to be tomorrow. And that kind of steady, determined effort is what creates lasting success. Shifting your mindset is one of the most transformative actions you can take in life. The way you think shapes everything: your decisions, your actions, your ability to overcome obstacles, and ultimately your success. If you want to change the trajectory of your life, if you want to achieve greatness, it all begins with how you view the world, yourself, and your challenges. The good news is, a shift in mindset is possible for anyone at any stage of life. It's not about being born with a certain temperament or innate ability. It's about making the choice to look at things differently, to reshape the lens through which you see the world. A fixed mindset is often the barrier that stands between you and your potential. This mindset tells you that your abilities, intelligence, and talents are fixed traits. If you're not good at something right now, you'll never be good at it. If you fail, it's a reflection of your limitations. But that's not the full truth. A fixed mindset keeps you stuck. It convinces you that your current circumstances define your future, that your past mistakes will always haunt you. But in reality, growth is always possible. You can change, you can improve. And that's where a growth mindset comes into play. Shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset means accepting the fact that failure isn't the end. It's simply part of the process. It's a learning experience. Every challenge you face, every mistake you make, is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to get better. The key is to see each setback as a stepping stone, not a wall. When you shift your mindset, you stop being defined by your failures. Instead, you use them as fuel to keep moving forward. The power of shifting your mindset is that it opens up possibilities. When you view challenges as opportunities, when you believe that you can grow and learn, your world expands. You no longer see limitations, you see potential. This doesn't mean that the road will always be easy or that success will come without hard work. It means that you trust the process. You know that with effort, perseverance, and the right mindset, you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. You start to believe in your ability to figure things out, to adapt, and to overcome any obstacle. Your mindset becomes your greatest tool in achieving success. Shifting your mindset also involves changing how you view yourself. Many people hold themselves back because of self-doubt, insecurity, or fear of failure. They convince themselves that they're not capable of achieving their dreams, that others are more talented or deserving. But shifting your mindset means letting go of that limiting belief. It's about recognizing your own value, your own potential, and embracing the idea that you are worthy of success. When you see yourself as capable and worthy, You stop shrinking back in fear. You step up to the challenges, knowing that you have what it takes. You stop playing small and start playing big. You stop looking for reasons why you can't and start finding reasons why you can. Another crucial aspect of shifting your mindset is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. In fact, nothing of real value ever does. The people who achieve greatness are the ones who are willing to step outside of what's familiar and take risks. They understand that the discomfort they feel when trying something new or challenging is a sign that they are growing. Instead of avoiding hard things, they lean into them. They take on challenges because they know that facing adversity is what helps them evolve. Shifting your mindset means choosing growth over comfort, progress over stagnation, and action over fear. It means understanding that the more you embrace discomfort, the more capable you become of handling whatever comes your way. One of the biggest obstacles to shifting your mindset is the fear of failure. But failure is not the enemy. In fact, it's one of your greatest allies. Failure teaches you lessons that success never could. It forces you to confront your weaknesses and find ways to improve. When you shift your mindset, you stop seeing failure as a reflection of your worth and start seeing it as an essential part of your journey. It's an inevitable part of growth, and it's something you learn to embrace. Failure is not final. It's a lesson. It's a tool for improvement. And the more you fail, the closer you get to success. Shifting your mindset also means letting go of the victim mentality. Life can be tough. It can throw curveballs, and sometimes things will not go as planned. But the way you respond to these situations is what matters. You can choose to play the victim, blaming others, making excuses, feeling sorry for yourself, or you can take responsibility for your life and your choices. You can shift your mindset to one of empowerment, where you see challenges as things you can overcome, obstacles as things you can navigate. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what's unfair, you start focusing on what you can do to change your situation. You take ownership of your actions and your results. When you shift your mindset, you also open yourself up to the idea of abundance. Too often, people operate from a place of scarcity, believing that there's only so much success, so much wealth, or so much opportunity to go around. But when you shift your mindset to one of abundance, you understand that there is more than enough to go around. Success is not limited. The opportunities available to you are endless. There's enough for everyone. And the more you support others, the more you elevate yourself. This mindset not only brings peace, but attracts more positivity into your life. When you believe there's enough to go around, you stop competing and start collaborating. You stop holding yourself back and start embracing all the possibilities. Shifting your mindset doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a commitment to personal growth. It requires you to question your beliefs, challenge your assumptions, and continuously strive for a better version of yourself. But the rewards are immense. When you shift your mindset, you change your life. You unlock your potential, and you open yourself up to a world of possibility. You become the person who takes risks, who learns from failure, who embraces discomfort, and who believes in their ability to succeed. And that, my friends, is the key to living a life that's not only successful, but fulfilling and meaningful. The power to change your life is in your hands, and it all begins with shifting your mindset. The people you surround yourself with have a profound impact on who you become. Whether you realize it or not, the energy, mindset, and values of those around you seep into your own thoughts and behaviors. It's easy to underestimate how much the people you interact with shape your life. But if you take a closer look, you'll see that they have the power to elevate you or hold you back. The simple truth is this: you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with negative, toxic, or pessimistic individuals, you're bound to adopt some of their energy. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift, inspire, and challenge you, you position yourself for success. Positive influences aren't just about surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good in the moment. It's about intentionally choosing those who push you to be better, who encourage your growth, and who believe in your potential. They challenge you to think bigger, dream bigger, and aim higher. They see your potential before you even realize it yourself and remind you of it when you start to doubt. These are the people who hold you accountable, not just to your goals, but to the person you aspire to become. They encourage you to keep going when things get tough, and they provide the support and guidance you need to navigate life's challenges. Being around positive influences also means being in the presence of people who have a mindset of growth and abundance. They believe that success is not limited, that there's enough room for everyone to thrive. They're not afraid of lifting others up because they know that someone else's success doesn't take away from their own. Their attitude is one of collaboration, not competition. This mindset will begin to rub off on you. You'll find that when you're surrounded by people who are constantly improving themselves, striving for new heights, and working towards their dreams, you're naturally motivated to do the same. The energy in the room changes when everyone is focused on growth and positive momentum. On the flip side, surrounding yourself with negative influences can do the exact opposite. Negative people often have a scarcity mindset. They see the world as a place of competition rather than collaboration, and they let their fears and insecurities dictate their actions. Their doubts can infect you and leave you second-guessing your own abilities. They might discourage you from taking risks or pursuing your dreams because of their own fears or limitations. Over time, if you're constantly around these kinds of people, it becomes harder and harder to maintain a positive outlook on your own life. Negative influences can subtly influence the way you see the world, your worth, and your potential. They might even reinforce self-limiting beliefs that prevent you from achieving your goals.